everybody, and welcome to the Rieg AD Wedding Show. We're here with Taryn from Retrac Graphics in Port Elizabeth. She specializes in wedding invitations and design.
Yes.
Taryn, tell us a little bit more about your history and how you got into this industry.
I think the start of it was when I was younger. I started actually, I remember my gran bought me a little stencil. Remember those drawings that you could draw the dresses?
Yes.
That's where my design started. So I must have been about 7, and then a little bit later on in life, my mom always said to me, graphic design, because it's nice, because when you're older, it's a flexible job. And I just got older, and older. We moved to Australia. When I was in Australia, we actually, in schools there, it's perfect because the schools you take sewing, you take normal painting, art, which we get here, but not as well over there. You get photography.
Yeah.
So I took all subjects that were art-based.
Okay.
And then from there, I wanted to come back home, and I studied design at NMU now. And then from that, I was more of the corporate side. I thought more corporate graphic design is corporate, that's what we're going to do. And then as soon as I left varsity, I entered into a job into the wedding industry, which was doing wedding stationery. And what was really nice is that the lady that I worked for, she kind of let me do my own thing. So she taught me, and I learned along the way, but she also let me have my own reins. I organized when the invite had to be printed, when it was done, so it was nice that I got to learn from there. And I was about 6 months into that job, and then I moved over to my own company.
Okay, so is this a family business?
Yes, so it's myself, my dad and my mom, and we sat down one day and we're like, okay, well, the goal is to have our own company for myself. And we sat down and like, okay, well, let's think of names. So we thought of names. My dad's got a company, Retrac Engineering, and the engineering side, with the Retrac, it's been open for so many years, and it's so personal because Retrac is our surname backwards, so it's Carter Retrac.
Okay.
So we thought, going into Retrac Graphics, we thought it's such a nice way to just continue on. It's also, people recognize the name as my dad's company.
Yes.
Is a family-owned company, and moving on, it's just a family-based name.
It's wonderful if a family business is doing so well that you want to keep the name.
Yeah.
That says it all.
Yeah.
The reputation meant a lot,
Yeah.
and you wanted to carry the business name on.
Exactly.
Says a lot. Taryn, out of a wedding point of view, do you usually deal with brides or with grooms?
Actually, surprisingly, most of the time it's brides, but I had a client a little while ago, I think the beginning of the year, and he was so involved with the wedding, I don't have the sample, but he was full on. He actually phoned me today, and he's looking for items to buy for COVID lockdown. But he phoned me, he goes, it's me, it's Brent, do you remember me? I said, no, I still remember you. But he was so involved, and it was so nice to see, and he came to the meetings. She was, unfortunately, she had to work. So it was really nice. Most of the time it's the brides.
Okay.
But that was really
That's very interesting. It's always for us as well, out of a planning point of view, usually the brides, but then you get that 1 in a million type of guy that is really committed. He wants to be in.
Yeah.
All the decisions is 100%, both parties, not just the lady that's doing everything. Taryn, I know it's now lockdown and everything has changed, but in normal circumstances, how long in advance would you recommend a couple to come and see you? And first that question.
I would say about 3 months. We can get the prints out faster, but it gives you enough time to actually let's sit down, let's decide what you want to do, let me design it, and then you've still got a good month and a half of you deciding, I actually want to change the design completely, so that you are 100% sure. I mean, you could come to me 2 weeks before and I can get it out, I can get it done, but rather for you to be happy, let's give you a moment to actually sit and look. And I like to print the samples out because then people can actually see the physical and see, is this what I'm actually happy with, the color, the paper, everything. So
touch.
Yeah, so I would say like 3 months just to be safe.
Okay, and just to clear up for the viewers, this is 2 to 3 months in advance of the invitations going
Being sent out, yes. Yeah.
So that our viewers don't
Because
get
you need about a
confused.
month to
Yes.
still send it out. And I mean, if you're sending to Joburg or whatever, or
Yes.
internationally, you want to send a little bit earlier.
Okay, and then we're talking printing, but obviously with your design career,
Yeah.
you can give a lot of advice and help in that way. So would a client come with a already plan of a card, or how would you go about normally?
They would come with either idea of what they're looking for. I always like to say bring a picture of something, a style that you like, because it won't necessarily, even if it's not the colours the same or whatever, just the style. So if I get the style, we don't waste time of me designing something you're really not happy with. Let me get a bit of an idea of what you're looking for. It makes my side a little bit easier, and also your side, that you get something what you want faster. But you don't have to come with something. You can come with, this is my idea, and I will come up with it for you. And then we can brainstorm from there. We're in an industry where you don't have to print straight away. You can do digital, and you send a proof out, and you get a feel for it. And like, no, that's not what I'm looking for. But I mean, you can come with a sample, you can come with something, and I can work from it, or just an idea, and we can work with it.
Okay, we're surrounded with a lot of beautiful things, and I know I cannot make you name all the items, but often, I mean, I'm a photographer, I specialize in that industry, and I think I sometimes don't have a clue what's behind behind the scenes of printing and designing of everything that's got to do with a wedding. I mean, we've got little tags here that you can use in a photo booth, or what can you all offer?
We offer, so we've got a lot of machines in-house. So we've got the laser machine, which is really nice because we can make your guest books, your props, we've got your badges we can even do little save the dates over there. I've got key rings that you can actually make and save the dates. You can make magnets with the laser for the save the date that can go on the fridge, no one forgets then. And it's also a keepsake.
I like that.
It's really, I like it too. As well with the laser, I mean, we've got the paper that we do.
Yes, that's beautiful.
And then, I mean, we've got the standard printing, so your actual invites, and I mean, if you also need anything with print, so your cards over here, your programs, we do that as well. But we go a bit further than that, where we've got a vinyl machine.
Yes.
So if you need like the labels.
Yes, I see now.
You need the labels, we can do that. We've also got screen printing, which means we can do screen printing and heat press. So if you wanted something custom on a t-shirt, a bridesmaid shirt or something like that, we can also do that.
So any customized printing on almost any material.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean that broadens the spectrum from just cards to everything that's part of the wedding.
We can have fun, we can be creative, we can play with stuff. I always like to say my favorite place is JF Floral. I spend a lot of money there because I go in for a bride and I want to just do something for fun. I want to make something, it's like a sample or something. It just gets me so excited. And because I've got the room I've got all the different printers, we have the space to play with so much stuff, to create so much more than just a print.
I can see your excitement when you talk about it. It's so nice for me because we're like that about our industry.
Yeah.
And it shows you definitely chose the right career. Is there anything else that you would advise that you would give a prospective client? One of these days we are gonna be over lockdown and we will be able to do normal weddings again, or any celebration for that matter. Advice for a client when they come to see you.
I don't think I have exact advice, but what I do like to do with my clients is to have my sit downs. I've had a few clients that have actually ordered stuff from Cape Town or Joburg where they haven't actually sat down with someone and received the stuff and not been happy with it. Rather sit down with someone, because doing your wedding invites, doing your stuff, it is more personal. It's not just a corporate in and out, it is personal. So I'd recommend, whether you sit down with me or anyone in the industry, sit down and have a conversation, tell them what you want instead of just an email. Let's sit down and speak.
It's very interesting. Often the advice that the suppliers in the industry give us is exactly that. Talk to the specialist, sit down, They will hear you. They will give you a custom solution. I think that is key.
Yeah.
Nowadays, everything is custom. Everyone wants to individualize everything.
Yeah.
If you can get a company like yourselves that walks the entire journey with you, it's not just about the wedding day. It is leading up to it. Everything. I see your branded glasses, the champagne glasses, the bottles with the branded labeling.
It's so
I
fun.
mean, you can really do anything. The budget is basically the limit.
Here's my thing with the budget. I don't like to, especially with the brides, it's a lot of money. A wedding is a lot of money. So with for example, the wedding invites, if you want something fancy, you want something nice, but you don't have the budget for it, but it's fun because the design itself is what makes it fancy. But you also got, some people think they go straight for the laser. You don't have to go straight for the laser to be fancy. You get different kinds of paper that is a cheaper option just to spruce it up just a little bit. You don't have to spend a lot for it to be extravagant, fancy.
And it goes back to talking to you.
Exactly.
So that I think a lot of times brides limit themselves with the idea that they have in their mind of a budget, and they don't even want to go there because they just think that they won't be able to afford it.
Exactly.
So that's why it's so important. We'll make sure to put in the link down below all her information. Make sure that you make an appointment with Taryn. Taryn, is there anything we missed? I mean, you've explained to me what you guys do. There's a lot of things in front of us. Did I miss anything?
I don't think we've missed anything. I think we've actually covered everything that we offer. But I think that we should maybe go through a few samples.
Oh yeah, that would be lovely. I always love to feel and touch and see
how we mix all the mediums together.
Yes.
So like the print with the laser and how we can mix it all.
Yeah, that would be. This is it embossing or?
That's laser.
Okay, laser.
Yeah.
Okay, with this that you designed in. It's a guest book, obviously.
Yeah. And you mean we can customize it any way, any shape, it can be customized.
With designing, this is beautiful. With the couple's images of their pre-shoot or whatever, that is very nice.
And I mean, it can be put together differently because we do it all in-house. It gives us the opportunity that we can do it in different ways, in any way that you
can print on any medium. Your imagination is the limit in this case. I can totally see that. Taryn, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me. It was really a pleasure being here.
Thanks. Guys, thank you very much for watching the show. Remember to subscribe and have a wonderful evening.